Welcome to our Facebook Live. Sorry for starting a little late today. Got in a little late. Ella Flagler, how you doing? Gloria Smith Hilson. Mo said so. Happy Friday. Deidre Melton. Always faithful. Simplified. Michelle Carberry. That's a new one. Carla Henry, how you doing? Daryl Vaughn. Deborah Bradley, Marquise Lewis, Paulette Johnson, Alice Thomas, Willie Christmas Smith. Good afternoon, my brother. Yvette, living life abundantly. Tori and Levita, how are you? Southport Jazz, how you doing? Denise Hurd, Tatanisha Abreu, Tiffany Williams, Maria Jimenez, Lonnie Smalls, Ida Williams, Sharon Fleming, Renee Holman, Janice Reddick, Joyce Daly Hargrove, Dorothy Gilbert Stratford, Erviant Clark. Wow, you got that one. I thought nobody was going to get that. Erviant, that's all right. James, Monica Green, Tawana Johnson, Terry Hurd. From her mouth to mine, this is James Cleveland, Iris Purifoy, Adrian Fuller, Dorothy Kroner, Gladys Santana, peace and love, Deborah Smith Gregory, good evening, good evening. Chris Evans, Gene Hill, Jamila Shabazz, Nadira Mateen. Walaikum salam, Jamila, how you doing? Tanika Melvin, Woody Wood, Cincina DePuna, how you doing? Pamela Udit, Tamika Darden, Lawrence Gibson, Stefan Ermias, Patricia Webster, Joanne LaSalle. Things don't look too good today, y'all. Saeed O'Brien, Ed Kareem, Amy Love, Rose Phoebus, Sharon Tompkins, James Cleveland, Cynthia Lloyd. Went back in the days and grabbed somebody for y'all today. We need this. Monique McKinney, Alice Bell, DKT Thomas, Adelia McElroy, peace over there. Danny Harrow, Sherry Martins, Clarence Jones, Bruce Jones, and Mel Duncan. The IYO is in the building. Louis Scott Roundtree. Peace. Be still. AD the Night Owl. Milky Nicky, what it do? Alice George, hold the line. Geraldine Davis, Miss Ali, Vanessa Davis, Alton Powell, Celeste Trusty, peace, peace, peace. Peace be still, peace be still. Gracie Porter, how are you, Gracie? How are you? Good. The landlords can't raise the rent, Tutler, Samira. Have to call our office. You look like you, I don't recognize this name. I don't know if you've been on here before. Call the office, Tenant Legal Services. Gloria Anderson, Phyllis Shelton, Obery, Catherine Raymond Williams, Matthew Dennis, Rhonda Baker, Keith Beltry, Sylvia Woodson, Priscilla Sproul, J.D. Judd. It is the highest in 3 months. I'm going to tell you what North looks like. Not good. Netta Farley, Annette Martinez, Connie Nasario, Amy Lugo, Gracie Porter, Michelle Carberry. How are you? Mary Lynn. Cassandra Gilchrist, how are you? Esther Chambly, Latifah Brown, Louis Scott Roundtree, Donna JFK, Getting People Tested, Sandra Sanders Hall, Allison Green, Frazier, Sheila Green, Carmen, Guimardez, Verdasta. Only 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock. They should be closed by 11. Lala Prescott Taylor, Kim Armstrong, Lili Feliciano, how are you? Brian Gooseby, Arroyo, Danielle Arroyo, keeping on, Crystal Golden, Brandy Patton Lopez, Family Dollar, North 6th Street, let's get that down. Sandra Drayton, Latanya Green Chan, Darius L. Bay, Gwen Smith Stoke, y'all hear what they're saying, peace be still. Margaret Kelly Barnes, Carlos Cruz, hold the line. Carlos Cruz. Don't pass the buck, mask up. Good evening, Henrietta. We need your words today, Henrietta. We need them. Tereska Pinkay, Mona Donaldson, Geraldine Davis. How you doing from Irvington? Onion, Amina, Pedro Ferreira. Thank you, Sharon Martin, Julia Barron. I'm not in really a good mood. That's right, Milky. They won't stop partying. They just can't stop. They can't put it off for 1 month, 2 months. Just 1 month. Deborah Petty, how are you? Just Karen Davis, just 1 month. We just need them to put it off for a month, 1 month, 2 months. Just put it away for a second. Let's let it go this summer. Let it go this summer. Lori Jackson, Beth, Tiffany Jackson, tell people let it go. Beverly Williams, let it go this summer. Just let it go. The summer is over. Let it go. Let it go. Wait for next year. Let's pray. Let's do what's right, and maybe we'll have it next year. Hakeem Williams, hold the line, brother. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line. Bonnie Houston, call our office. We'll try to put you in touch with the one-stop center. Maybe they can help you. Rosita Jimenez, Newark Strong, Tammy Beasley, Geraldine Hughes, Gwen Smith, Elaine Lloyd, Nasadia, Tawana Johnson, how you doing? Ronald Fitz, peace, peace. Jeanette Hennett, how are you? Nat Irvin, Lori Mimi Walker. Let me get to this stuff, y'all. You need to hear this stuff. It's not so good today. It's not so good. I'm going to have to take some actions, and people are not going to appreciate the actions, but, you know, well, some of us will. I was listening to the hearings this morning, the congressional hearings, where they had the CDC and everybody testifying about the coronavirus response. And, you know, the general that was up there was very, very, very clear. He said, you know, everybody knows exactly what to do, that we know exactly what to do to defeat this virus. He said it, and it just hit me. He said, we know exactly what to do. We know we need the social distance. We know we need to wear masks. And we know we need to get tested. 3 simple things. We know we need the social distance. We know we need to wear masks. And we know we need to get tested. He said it seems to be the most difficult thing for us to accomplish. That the simplest things for us to do, we can't seem to accomplish it, which is why the country is being ravaged this way. Not really about all the other stuff that's going on, that could have been going on, the politics of it, who's in charge, these things, you know, ventilators, all the stuff we're arguing about. And granted, all that stuff would have made it better, made it easier for handle, especially early on. But he basically said there's 3 things that we know what to do. We know what to do to defeat this virus. We know what to do. Until there's a cure, we know exactly what to do. Social distance, wear a mask, get tested. And I forgot the last part. Wash your hands. He said that. Those are the things that we need to do. He said they're so simple. They're simple things that we need to do. Wash your hands. Get tested. Wear a mask. Socially distance. And those are the most difficult things, and government has to force us to do things that are easy for us to do as individuals and personally, that we could do for ourselves to protect not just us, but our families and our community. That if we did those 4 things, that we wouldn't need to have a hearing, a congressional hearing about this. Those simple 4 things. Wash your hands. Now, who has to force you to wash your hands? Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Come on. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Come on. Get tested. Simple things. All of these things are free. These are free. These are free things. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to wait. These are free things. Something you can do for yourself. You can go get tested any day in the city of Newark for free. You can wear a mask. You can put a scarf over your face, a shirt over your face. I showed you how to wear masks, makeshift masks. Wear a mask. Socially distance don't cost you anything. Some of us are experts at staying away from people. Stay away from crowds. Some of us are good at that anyway. Stay away from crowds. We're good at that. Washing our hands. Come on, y'all. It's something that we should be doing. Today, we have 26 more positive cases than we did yesterday. 26 and 1 more death. 26 cases and 1 more death. As of June 30th, we have 26 deaths as of June 30th and 371 positive cases as of June 30th. New Jersey has 181,660 positive cases and almost 14,000 deaths. 14,000 people in New Jersey have lost their lives. 14,000 people in New Jersey have lost their lives. 181,660 positive cases. 26 in Newark, one more death. Now let's get to these zip codes. Now I'm explaining this stuff to you before I tell you what it is, right? So if we have below 1% positivity rate, right? We have below 1% positivity rate. If we have 0.8, 0.7, which is what the state used to have, now the state is well above 1%. When you're at 1%, it means that, you know, for every one person that gets infected, they're likely to infect one other person or more. When it's below 1%, it means that if one person gets infected, they're more likely to infect less than one person, which means that the virus is contained, right? So our goal really for the state is to get below 1%, right? That's what it's contained, is below 1%. In Newark, we were trying to get to at least 2%, right? At least 2%. And then at 2% is manageable, right? Because people are going to get sick no matter what. Until there's a cure or a vaccine, people are going to get sick. You want to make that manageable so the hospitals are not overcrowded, so the funeral parlors are not overcrowded, so that they're not a large number of people getting sick per day, a large number of people are dying per day. Now we can manage it and treat people and they can live through this, right? So our goal is to get to 2%. The lowest we ever been is about 4%. We were about 4%, right? Then we got to 5%. We got 5%. So we've been at 5%, right? And I've been fighting with us to get to 2%. Now, from July 19th, I got the numbers from July 18th to July 18th and July 19th to July 25th. And all these restaurants and bars still having events. Let me just get to the numbers. From July 11th to July 18th, the city's overall infection rate was 5.7%. 5.7% overall infection rate. 5.7% in the city, right? Today, our overall infection rate is at 7.6%. That means we have grown and we are growing. Our overall infection rate for the city is at 7.6%. Now we can look at where we were in the beginning and say we were at 68% and 7 is good. 7 is not good. If we were at 4 and now we're at 7.6, that means we're growing. And if the goal is 2, that means we're moving in the opposite direction. And so some things need to happen. So let me go over these zip codes for right now between July 19th through July 25th. This is what we have right now. 07101, 2.8%. 07102, 4.6%. Everybody has grown. 07103, 6.3%. 07104, 9.1%. 07105, 10.9%, almost 11%. That's above the CDC's requirement to open up. You're supposed to be at 10% or below it in order to begin opening up. They are above the requirement. They're at 11% in the East Ward. 11% in the East Ward. 07105 at 11%. 07106, 8%. 07107, 9.2%. 07107, 9.2%. 07108, 5.6%. They've grown and they were holding that too. They're at 5.6%. 07112, 6.9%. 07114, 10.9%, like 07105. Almost 11%. Which brings the entire city to 7.6%. That's where we are. Now I got a petition from people in the East and those business and restaurant owners let's let the musicians and everybody play. No. No. No DJs, no musicians, nothing. Nothing. We have to wait until this thing goes down. What you have to remember is that nothing was open at one point. Everything was closed, and you didn't have anything. So you're going to go back there for 1 or 2 nights. You're going to go back there. That's what's going to happen. No. 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 It's not happening. No. No. We can't do it. We're at 7.6%, which means that we're going to start going backwards and doing the things that we started coming away from before it gets out of hand. I'm going to tell you why. The basketball games on Clifton Avenue, on Clifton, there at Branchwood Park. Not just basketball games, tournaments, crowds and crowds of people. Tournaments at Ivy Hill, crowds and crowds of people. Not anymore. I spoke to the county. Not anymore. Crowds and crowds of people at Weekway Park, at the court, at the kids' plaything, at the track, just out of control. People have really gotten excited, see what's going on around the country, and we're pretending that this virus is gone, that it doesn't exist. And so I'm going to have to begin to scale us back. I'm going to be the bad guy. People are going to talk about me. They're going to call me names. They're going to say all kind of angry things about me. They're going to start focusing on other stuff because they don't want to deal with this. They're going to talk about everything. Everything else is going to be worse than this. And why is the mayor focused on this and not that? Why is he talking about this and not that? Why? Because almost 700 people are dead in the city of Newark since March. And because now our numbers are growing back up, and I know where we were, and my perspective is different from your perspective, and I have to risk everything in order to keep you safe, and history will not write me down as somebody who allowed you to do what you want to do, allowed y'all to play music while the Titanic was sinking. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to act like everything is okay. I'm not going to tell you everything is good when it's not good. I'm not going to give you good information just for the sake of giving you good information or good news to make your ego feel great. We're not doing well now. We're at 7.6%, and we have to do better. And so on Monday, I'm going to put out an executive order. And you'll hear on Monday the first thing that we're taking back. We're taking back. On Monday, we're going to take something back. And all of you restaurants and business owners and folks, maybe you need to get together and talk to the 3 people or the businesses that keep doing the same thing over and over again and driving these numbers up. Obviously, 07105 is driving the numbers up, obviously. Now, 07114, they're also driving the numbers up. They're both at 11%. 07107, 9.2%. 9.2%. And 07104 is close. We have to drive those numbers down. Now, in order to help those 3 places, everybody else have to do what they're supposed to do and keep their numbers down. So how can you help us as a resident? You can wear your mask. You can tell other people to wear their mask. You can make sure your family members wear your mask. If you have children, you can keep them away from those parties and those games and those events. Keep them away. Make them wear masks. That's what you can do. If you see stores, places, events that are happening in your neighborhood, report them so we can shut them down. Hopefully this next week that we're in now is better than this week. And the week following that will be better. And the week following that will be better. And that means that is our behavior. The only thing that is affecting this is our individual behavior. Our individual behavior. And I want us to get this, I want us to understand that. Our individual behavior is affecting this. How we behave is affecting this. How we behave. Go get tested. Put on your mask. Socially distance if you can. Wash your hands incessantly over and over again. And, just over and over and over and over again. Do it. Bring hand sanitizer with you. You have to do that. We must. We went from 5.7 the week before, July 11th, July 18th, to the next week, 7.6%. So we moving in the wrong direction. In the wrong direction. So I'm not, all the stuff they gave me, I'm not even going to read all this stuff. I just want you to wear your mask. Put your mask on. And then go get tested. There's a testing site at JFK today until 8 p.m. Tomorrow we'll be at Van Buren by Eastside. We'll be at Eastside High School in the back. We'll be at Westside Park on Wednesday, on the 16th Avenue side, Westside Park on Wednesday. We'll be at Clinton Avenue Soundstage on Friday. And the following Monday, we'll be at Elliott Street Elementary School on Summer Avenue. We'll be at Elliott Street Elementary School on Summer Avenue. On Wednesday, we're going to be at Zion Hill Baptist Church on Osborne Terrace. Wednesday the 12th, we'll be at Zion Hill Baptist Church on Osborne Terrace. And the following Friday, we'll be at Oliver Street School on August 14th. No appointments, no money, no nothing. Come there. You can walk in, you can drive in, get yourself tested, get anybody testing, get tested, and wear your mask when you come. And when you leave, put your mask on. If you see people without masks, tell them to put their mask on. We need to do that because we're going in the opposite direction. I was supposed to give this whole speech to you about the census because Jersey City is at 49% and we're at 45%. Listen, I want us to fill out the census. I even want us to clean up our neighborhoods. I go over to clean up places, but I'm not even going over all of that. The virtual town hall, the 5G meeting tonight at 7. Listen, you can do all that stuff, but the most important thing right now, drive these numbers back down. And we need everybody's help to drive the numbers back down. Drive them back down. Drive the numbers back down. If you live in 07114, something's happening there because those numbers are growing rapidly. If you live in 07105, the numbers are growing there, and we know why. If you live in 07107, the numbers are growing there. If you live in 07104, the numbers are growing there rapidly. And there are other places in the city where the numbers are way too high. In fact, everywhere in the city, the numbers are way too high. At this point, there's nowhere in the city where the numbers are not too high. Everywhere, the lowest number we have is 2.8%, which is 07101, which is almost 3%. Everybody else is well over 3%, or almost at 5% and higher. That's the news I have for you today. It's not good news. So I don't want to hear anything about any of the other stuff that people are talking about at this point. I'm laser-like focused on this thing, and I'm going to start taking things away. People are going to be upset. Your kids are going to be upset. They're going to be putting memes up. They're going to be talking crazy on Facebook and Instagram because I'm shutting things down. I'm closing it down. I'm going to be very, very aggressive. People are going to be upset. They're going to be angry. I'd rather you be alive and safe than cursing me out than going to funerals. Because that's what's going to happen. And on Monday, we're putting out a new executive order, and I don't care who don't like it, the state or anybody else. We're putting out an executive order. We're going to begin closing things back down. We're going to begin closing things back down. Period. I'm going to stop these barbecues. I'm going to stop these basketball games. I'm going to stop these festivals, these events. Everything is going to stop. Everything is going to stop. Everything. Everything. And all these restaurants that tried to make their money in 3 days that they lost in 2 months have made it bad for everyone. Because they hadn't have the patience. Because everyone is doing bad. I mean, they haven't had the patience to get through this thing. And so they did that. Now we have a problem. Now we have a problem. And I am not going to let us be Miami. We're not going to be Arizona. We're not going to be these places. We're not. We are not going to be these places. We are not. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that we do not get there. And I really do not care if you get upset. That's basically what it is. We have to have some discipline, and more importantly, we have to have some love and some consideration for the people in our community, folks. I was just talking to some people downtown today on Ferry Street. I said, listen, this whole idea about telling people to take vitamins to make themselves healthy, you can beat it, is irresponsible, really. It's an irresponsible thing, because some of these people have been working out for years. I don't care how many times you run around the track, do push-ups, and take vitamin C or vitamin D or any of these things. You can't just start doing that today for 3 weeks and expect your immune system to be strong enough to fight a virus because you worked out for 3 weeks. It's irresponsible to tell people that that's what's going to happen. You can't do it. It's too late for you. You have to have a lifestyle of doing this. It's good for you to start now and do that in perpetuity, so later on you'll be okay. But you're not going to strengthen your immune system in a month to deal with this virus. Right now, you should be doing that plus wearing your mask, plus social distancing. You can't, oh, I take vitamin D, I take vitamin C, I just started taking this medicine. You're worse than Donald Trump. I just started taking this medicine and I'm going to be okay for a week. Look at the Republican gentleman, the African-American guy, Herman Cain, who ran for president of the United States. May he rest in peace. He decided not to wear his mask and got sick from COVID-19 and passed away and lost his life. And there are a bunch of people in this community who've lost their life thinking that this thing is a joke. It's not a joke. And I don't care how many push-ups you do, how many weights you lift, how many muscles you have. Listen, this thing will get you. And if it don't get you, it'll get people in your family. And if you don't care about the people, about how your own benefit, care about the people in your family. Care about the people in your family, your neighbors, your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather that you bringing in the house. You had a good old time at Branchford Park basketball game, out there all crowded up without a mask, watching people play basketball all night long. Then you take a disease home to your grandmother, to your mother, to your children. It's not fair. It's not fair. And I'm not going to let you do it. So you're going to go to Branchford Park tomorrow and you're going to be in for a rude awakening because you're not going to be able to have that tournament. And now you're going to be on Facebook atting me, saying all kind of negative things. But I'm going to protect your grandmother even if you don't want to. I'm going to protect your family members even if you don't want to. And I'm going to protect the people in our community even if you don't care about them. I'm going to do it. Even if you're irresponsible, I'm going to do it. I'm going to protect them even if you don't want to. You can fight with me about masks, about all this other stuff. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it as much as I possibly can to make sure that you're safe, right? If I love your family's life or your life more than you love it, then that's it. But that's exactly what's going to happen. 100% what's going to happen. I do not care. I am going to shut this thing down. We're at war. We're at a battle with an invisible virus that we cannot see, that are ravaging our community. Now we can see the people that beat us. We can see Officer Chauvin take his knee and put it on our neck and until we die on the street, and we could protest that. We could do everything we could do, and the whole world is saying, we even got Amazon saying Black Lives Matter. I watched the basketball game, they got Black Lives Matter written on the court of the basketball court. Black Lives Matter. Half them people don't care about black people or black lives, but they got Black Lives Matter on the thing. I wish we could get them the same fervor and get these people to care about our lives in this community. Care about us enough to give us the money to be tested. Care about us enough to send us masks to our community. Care about us enough to make sure we have decent housing. Care about us enough to make sure we have enough money in our bank account so we can feed our families and pay our rent. Care about us enough so we have decent education for our children. Care about us enough that we're not dying in the street from illegal weapons and guns that you refuse to make illegal nationally. Care about us enough to kill this virus that is killing us in these communities. Don't tell me that you care about black lives just because you put it on a basketball court. Show me you care about black lives. And I'm not just talking to the people that own the NBA and the basketball. I'm talking to you too, the neighbors. Don't just say you care about black lives or care about life, period, when you refuse to put on a mask in your own community. When you refuse to do what's necessary to keep us alive long enough in a pandemic, when you keep listening to silliness and conspiracy theories and foolishness, when 200 countries around the world have a virus where people have been dying all over the world, dying from a sickness and a virus, all in places you can't even pronounce, in Bosnia-Herzegovina, in Croatia, in Palestine. People are dying from this, not just on Clinton Avenue, and South Orange Avenue, and Van Buren, and Ferry Street, but people are dying in all corners of the globe. And we don't have sense enough to wash our hands, to wear a mask, to social distance, to get tested. We're fighting the mayor. Why? Because he's telling you to put on the mask. You're fighting me. Why? Because I'm telling you can't have a basketball game. Because you can't have a festival, a party. You fight me because you want to hear a band. Because you want your DJ to play. That you don't have enough discipline to give it up for one summer, for 2 months, so that you can keep our city alive. 2 months, wear a mask. That we don't have enough discipline. So now we're at 7.6%. So when I start pulling this stuff back on Monday, I want you to know why. I want you to know why. We're not at the worst place we could be, but I know a trend when I see it, and I know a pattern when I see it, and I'm not going to let this pattern continue in the wrong direction. I'm not going to let it continue in the wrong direction. I'm going to do something by the grace of God. I'm going to pray, then I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something. And I'm going to do something. And on Monday is when things begin to go backwards. And when it goes backwards, you don't have nobody to blame but your neighbors or yourself. That's where we are. Prayerfully this week and the following week, I have better news, and I get to tell you the better news. Look, we have 26 more positive cases for the people who just came on, and we have 1 more death. That's really not bad on its face, but collectively, our positivity rate is at 7.6%. Now, I can be cool because, look, in places in Arizona, the infection rate is at 30%. But we're not Arizona. I can be cool because in Florida, the death rate increased by 80%. But this is not Florida. This is Newark, New Jersey. We're the brick city. This is Newark strong. We're not going to get defeated by this virus. We're not foolish. We're not silly. We're not crazy. We understand exactly what we need to do. We know we need to do it. And collectively, we can beat anything that comes before us. And by the grace of God, we're going to beat this virus. We're going to put it away. We're going to do what we're supposed to. We're going to unite with our community, with our family, and we're going to get ourselves back down to 5%. And by the grace of God, we're going to get ourselves to 2% and below because we know what to do and we're going to get it done. Good night. Have an incredible evening. Enjoy yourself with your family. I'll speak to you on Monday.